So sometime in 2023, I decided that I really missed gaming and I needed to get back into it. I'd started working full-time and pretty much lost all motivation to play video games. One idea I had was to just try playing games I loved when I was a kid. One game that I was a massive fan of and just kept coming back to as a kid was LEGO Star Wars: The Complete Saga on the GameCube. The game is an absolute blast. I'd go into detail, but I'm sure everyone watching has played it. And what isn't to love, especially the co-op? My brother and I loved blasting through the levels, collecting as many studs as we could, then using them to unlock secrets back on Tatooine. I was also a massive fan of collecting the different outfits and mixing and matching the people. It was fun. It was good. I could never figure out how the cheat codes thing worked though, so yeah, I was a bit too stupid for that, unfortunately. I knew it was a pretty childish game, but being trapped in the adult world, I felt like, maybe I needed a bit of that childish whimsy back in my life, right? Have a little fun, let my hair down. So I went for it. I bought the LEGO Star Wars collection on Switch on the eShop. Let me tell you, man, I was excited. I hadn't played a LEGO game in probably close to a decade at that point. The idea of feeding my nostalgia and blasting through some levels was getting me pumped. Alright, you get it. I'll cut to the chase, you know where this is going. It sucked. The fucking game sucked. The puzzles were so easy, I felt brain dead doing them. The combat was nothing. Just blasting enemies with the same attacks. Using the Force didn't hit the same. Building junk didn't hit the same. I was sad, man. I was real disappointed. Well, I decided that LEGO games really are just for kids. They aren't even really worth going back to as an adult. And, I accepted this as just a truism, as just a basic truth of the universe, and I moved on with my life. Until one day, one fateful Nintendo Direct-filled day, I saw an announcement that genuinely shocked me. I saw that they were making a game franchise that I knew about like nothing. I hadn't played any games from it, right? But they were making it into a LEGO game. Of course, that franchise obviously is Horizon. All I knew about Horizon was that it was a Sony exclusive game and that it made gamers mad years ago because the main character was ugly or something, which I think that honestly probably happens like once a year in the gaming industry where there's an ugly character and gamers freak out. It's nothing new. Yeah, so it didn't stand out to me for that reason. But the two things that really made me go, huh? With this announcement was the fact that this was a video game franchise getting the LEGO game treatment. As far as I was aware, this was the first time that happened. Looking it up now though, I see the first one looks to have been, and get this is, it's kind of weird, but the first LEGO game based on a video game itself was LEGO Rock Band in 2009. Which was for like the Xbox 360, PS2, Wii era consoles. I wouldn't really count that though. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I would count that. I mean, there's also like LEGO Fortnite, but I mean, come on. I'm not gonna count that either, right? Like, it's not a LEGO-fied Fortnite game that's separate. It's like a LEGO mode within Fortnite. I don't know. I've never played it, but I don't know if I'd count that. The other thing that stood out was that this game was coming to the freaking Switch. This is a Sony franchise getting a LEGO game made based on it, coming to the Nintendo Switch. The whole concept kind of boggled my mind, and it still does to this day. It's weird, I don't know, it would be like if they made a SpongeBob reality TV show and it went on Disney and Nickelodeon, you know what I mean? Like, you don't open up Disney and expect to see SpongeBob on it in any form, so it was kind of weird. And I guess another thing that stood out to me was the fact that I don't think of Horizon as being a terribly popular franchise. I think it sold well. I think there's been online discussion, but I just don't see it brought up much, and I don't feel like it really had a major impact on the culture in the same way that, like some of the other LEGO games, the other games that LEGO made games based off of, right? Like Batman or Marvel or Star Wars. Like those all have a much larger cultural impact than Horizon does by a gigantic margin. So it's just surprising. It's a little odd. So all that is to say, I had to have it. Even if the game ended up being terrible, the entire concept around it is just like incredibly funny. And I'm a collector, damn it. And I would make this game mine. So yeah, I got it for Christmas from my dad. Thanks, Dad. All right, now that you've gotten through the lore dump on my life, let's get into the game. Is it any good? Well, yeah, hell yeah, it's really, really, really good, actually. That itch I was hoping LEGO Star Wars would scratch, but just couldn't get to, yeah, this game did it. LEGO Horizon is a non-stop, action-filled, nostalgia-driven couch co-op masterpiece of a game, and I've been playing through it with my wife, and I just feel like a kid again, blasting through these levels, man, battling the bad guys, building the damn Lego. I can't be the only person out there who booted up a Lego game they loved as a kid, only to be sorely disappointed by the experience as an adult. I know there are a few of you watching this video that have had that experience, and to you guys, I say, give LEGO Horizon a try, even if you've never played Horizon before. I've been playing through Horizon itself at the same time as playing through LEGO Horizon, and I would say LEGO Horizon summarizes the story of Horizon while also adding its own unique comedic twist to it that makes it a pretty different story altogether. And on that note, I do want to compliment the game here. It actually is funny, like genuinely funny and not cringy humor. So often I find humor that's aimed at kids to be incredibly cringy, you know, especially in video games, like Sonic, for example. I love Sonic, I do, but Sonic is incredibly cringy. I'm sorry, Sonic fans. I'm not sorry, but I am sorry. Only a bit sorry. The blue blur aside, the writing is just polished, and the voice actors absolutely kill it. I just looked it up, and apparently it's the same voice actress who plays Aloy in both Horizon games, who actually does the voice of LEGO Aloy here. So shoutouts to Ashley Birch. She managed to play Aloy in such a way that it sounded like her voice was actually like a different actress playing her, but like also sounded like Aloy. I don't know, man. It's A+ work. Her delivery of every line is genuinely so fucking good. If you have a significant other or kids and you're looking for an easy game that you guys won't get mad at each other while playing, this is just perfect. Paige and I have both been playing through Horizon, like the OG Horizon, and honestly, at first it was literally, I'm not even joking, we were playing the OG Horizon just to progress the story so we could go and play more LEGO Horizon without getting spoilers. We both actually have fallen in love with Horizon since then, so you know it's been a fight for the PlayStation rights to keep playing it. I did not expect to become such a massive fan of Horizon, but here I am, randomly. The game keeps parts of your base locked away and opens them up to you as you progress the story, so that gives you a good incentive to keep blasting through some of the levels. You also unlock more customization options as you go along. As an adult, the customization junk doesn't appeal to me as much, but as a kid, that was my bread and butter. Sometimes it felt like playing the game was 50% gameplay and 50% messing around with character customizations and just, you know, the base itself. The combat in this game is surprisingly a little bit difficult. I've died a few times at this point, and though we haven't game overed yet, we've gotten worryingly close, and it's probably gonna happen. I could see it coming. All the different weapons you find add extra layers of fun and give you plenty of options for taking out enemies. One point of criticism here while I'm thinking about the combat, Horizon itself places heavy emphasis on stealth and taking out enemies and progressing objectives in the game. As someone who's never been a huge fan of stealth in video games, I'm more of a, you know, get killed 20 times then eventually give up and do the stealth a little bit until I actually can kind of force my way through the level, you know, kind of guy. But I actually found myself slowing down more and more, you know, as I was playing through and actually doing the stealth stuff and genuinely enjoying it. Now they flirt with the idea of stealth in LEGO Horizon by having grass you can go and hide in, but the enemies instantly see you if you attack them, and also there's like no stealth takedown options, so it's pretty much meaningless. It's cute, but it mimics the game more in like visual display than the actual substance itself. And I love all of the Lego-ified machines in this game. It makes me actually want to go and buy some Lego sets and build them, which, yeah, I guess has always been the entire point of Lego games actually, is so that I would feel this way, so that I would want to go and buy some sets and spend more money. But, you know, apparently they had a tall neck set, which is now retired, so I can't buy that. Boo! Bring back the tall neck, you Danish bastards. Shout out Stepstrider. I like that you unlock different characters as you play through, and that the characters actually have different weapons, so they play differently, and they aren't just, you know, reskins of each other. Varl's spear rocks and Tyrsa's bombs are a fun and random surprise when you realize that's her weapon. I haven't gotten any further into the game, so I don't know who else to unlock. I'm sorry about that. Overall, I am a big fan of this game. I highly recommend it if you think you'd be into it based on my review here. 8 out of 10 game, but also, if you have a PlayStation, get it on there. Don't get it on the Switch. The load times on the Switch are just unbearable. I mean, there was like one time when the load time was, we were sitting there for like 4 minutes straight, which is insane for a Lego game. A Lego game. A 4-minute wait for a Lego game for the load time. Insane. I probably should have mentioned this earlier in my review, but oh well. Bye-bye.